Hula hands, it's that time of the week. Before we get into deal territory, we're going to explore something fun and different this week. We're in central Maui, Johnny, at the villas at Kehalani.
Perhaps my most favorite neighborhood in all of central Maui for what I call just everyday living, right? Not the Wailuku Country Estates, which is super special on its own, right? And Wailuku has some hidden areas that a lot of people don't understand. It's a vibe to live in Iao, but just a nice family neighborhood. Kehalani is tops. They did a really good job. And one of the bigger ones too, right? Started 2000 south of the highway, if you would. And then, or I don't know where that is, but lower. And then now being built up into it.
So where are we? Let's check it out. A lot of people probably don't even know that there is development in here. You look at Maui, we're zooming in, going to the red dot on the map. We talk about Wailuku Heights a lot. That's like this area here. We're just below that. This is Kehalani, all of this area. Ho'olea Terrace, you hear us talk about sometimes, behind the elementary school. That's where that is. Down towards the food land. And we are in the villas in this particular episode. So what is it, Johnny? Gated residential luxury condos into this square of a space.
As we can see, no pool amenities, anything like that. And the benefit to you is you're not paying silly fees for amenities that a lot of people just don't use. And I'm going to make a controversial statement here, Danny. The West Side does not have large developments like this, yet we're the ones that are the most behind in terms of having housing, right? To be clear, Pulelehua was supposed to be something like this because that's what I was excited about. Is like you had a mix of some affordable rentals. There was going to be workforce housing, regular housing, potential for some bigger lots. I like that whole concept. But this is what's absolutely missing from the West Side. And, you know, it's lovely to have all these wide open spaces. But man, as we head into a dry summer, I'm like, man, that's why we have fire hazards. You know what I'm saying?
Turn it into something. So this has been a big project working on for a long time. They're still behind the development here. You see this road that goes up here. These are private lots, individual larger lots that are slowly selling off, reselling. Nobody's really done a whole lot of anything with the lots so far. You see this one or two houses here. And that's it. But eventually those will be houses. And that's kind of it on the whole project. Not much else left.
So interesting that Wailuku Heights went in, right? Now there's original Wailuku Heights, which started someplace in the 60s, which is further above actual town, if you would. And then it stretched out this way. I find that interesting that they started the development up into those little nooks and crannies of the fingers of Mauna Kahala as it comes down there. Look at how vibey that mountain is, too. And that's what it feels like in Kehalani, even more so in Wailuku Country Estates. It's almost eerie in a cool kind of what we say, mana, you know, that Hawaiian kind of, did I hear Hawaiian people talking? You know?
It is cool vibes up there. One of the advantages, you're up on the slopes a little bit. You get a bit more of the trade winds. It's not quite as hot as Kihei and West Maui, which people really dig. I know a lot of friends that live in the neighborhood. They don't have AC or don't use AC because, frankly, they don't really need it. You got cool mornings.
Yeah. Mom does not have AC, and she lives.
Talk about that a little bit. She's unfortunately got displaced by the fire. Ended up on this side.
Yep.
But she likes it.
She loves it. And as the story goes with her, she found her house. Yeah. I found my place and said, yes, rightly so. I did tell you, Mama, Ho'olea Terrace, in terms of price range, etc., will be amazing for you. But she came upon it on Facebook, and that's how the story is. And you know what? Mom's not going to move back to the West Side. And she's born and raised. And the reason for it is because as a kupuna, elderly, you know, one of our elderly people in the community, she loves the convenience and the accessibility of living in town. Every hospital is there. All of your main, you know, your cardiologists, all those sorts of specialties, all of your state and city buildings right here in town, your airport, etc. Her husband's a veteran, so he needs access to those types of services, and they love it. That's where she's going to stay. Okay. Maybe at some point you get to a point I come get you, you live in my house, but respect. You want to live on that side, Mama, we come to you.
It's a new experience and one that fits for the people that want that lifestyle. They want close to the amenities, the resources. Maybe you're thinking about a relocation or a second home. We had some clients that bought in here as a relocation, right? In the neighborhood, not this particular complex, but in the neighborhood. And they're super stoked about it. They wanted something more local. They wanted to be a part of the community. That's who this opportunity is for. I want to point out real quick, Johnny, if people haven't done the cross trailhead, it's a pretty cool activity to do on Maui during your time. So check that out. Steep vertical climb, but the views are beautiful. Let's show them what we're actually looking at.
Let's go.
Residential condo, no vacation rentals allowed. You could long-term rent it 6 months or longer if you wanted to do that. But 920,000, 2 beds, 2.5 baths, 1,446 square feet with a double garage.
And they look luxurious. Can we agree? Looks like some kind of palazzo or one of those villa kind of vibes, which, my goodness, Danny, the Amalfi Coast. My God, I'm coming to you live from my bathroom here at the Hotel Sol Splendid in Maui. But man, those are some beautiful views right there. Here's what it is like to live there, right? You got views over of the harbor, you got cruise ship views, and then also Haleakala views, which are impressive. Look at that. I mean, gosh, incredible.
Sunrises every day.
That's it. And Hawaii's only Krispy Kreme.
That's super important.
You get on Hawaiian Airlines, you will see Hawaiians with 4 stacks taking them to Oahu because you always got to bring makana, right? Whatever we don't have on our island, you better come and show up with it or I'm not letting you in the house.
So been vacant for a while. You can see in the 2016 condition when it was built. Maybe they added new flooring there, bamboo. That executive style, I would describe it as.
Bit of a 2006 through 2008 kitchen with those really dark stain, but still rich looking.
What's here there? Views from the bedroom, Haleakala, ocean, bathroom views even.
There's peace in the family right there. Dual vanities.
There you go. You have views out the other side as well on the back side. The West Maui Mountains. So you get views from all different angles.
What's interesting about these is that a lot of the homes themselves in Kehalani are built very much like Hawaii, where we have the kitchen upstairs and then maybe a bedroom or two, but most bedrooms downstairs. And the thought process behind that is, well, I don't want my kitchen to heat up my bedrooms upstairs because it's hot where we live, right? But these are a classic style where you got the kitchen on the main floor, it looks like there.
Very quiet community. What are we looking at? Fees, $11.22 a month.
Something happened there with insurance, I'm sure, something along those lines, right? Because my only amenity basically is maintenance on the gate and common areas. Yeah.
That seems to be about the going rate these
days.
I think
so too.
About $1,000 a month. So 249 days on the market. They started off at $989. They probably thought they were coming out pretty close to market, a bit under at that point. It's kind of slowed down. These were flying off the shelf before, $1.4 million, $1.5 million, $1.6 million, $1.7 million, pushing it. They do have 3-bedroom arrangements as well here. Recent comps, let's take a look at it. The last 2 years, you've sold 3 units in the 2-bedroom configuration, just like this, selling anywhere from $1.9 million up to $1.05 million. We're about 120, 130,000 under these recent comps. You can tell where the market has gone. You see where the maintenance fees have gone up slightly since 2025.
And again, we've talked about this. For you to expect that your maintenance fees are going to freeze is just not realistic for condo living. The thing, cost of goods are a thing. If you don't have an actively increasing maintenance fee, they're probably not maintaining it to the extent that they should.
And we're on an island with salt spray and storms, hurricanes, rain, wind. Over time, that's going to deteriorate. And those built in 2016, you want to stay ahead of all of those maintenance things. And if HOA fees are just scary to you in general, it might be a good idea to tell us that in the Aloha Vision Quest. Hey, no HOA fees, no condos, no subdivisions. We want to stay away from all that. We don't want any part of it. No problem. Tell us what you don't like. Will guide you in the right direction.
Do not think that you're going to go cheap with maintaining your own place there, because I'm telling you, my yard looks rough like after a week, right? Like it's starts to get overgrown. I mean, things grow crazy here. My hair used to grow more. My nails still grow quicker in Hawaii. It's a thing, man. Tropics grow everything, except for bank accounts for some.
So you may look at HOA fee as a necessary evil in some
Agreed.
way, because if you have a single family house in this $1 million price point, you still have to do the yard, the lawn care, the watering, some of the exterior maintenance, window cleaning, solar panel cleaning, all the typical maintenance items that are going to be taken care of by an HOA. You just have to do them yourself and arrange accordingly. If you want that part-time job, it's up to you. You can do all the work if you hire it out. It gets expensive. Johnny, side note, I was just doing a J9 clean out on another deal I'm involved with. $5,000. 1,800 square foot cleaning, windows, and a little bit of landscaping. $5,000.
There it is, guys. Welcome to Maui. And guess what? You're going to get it done.
You can make some money on Maui if you really want to hustle and build. And the cool part, the people that did the cleaning on this one, they actually relocated to the island from Wisconsin. I remember them clearly when they first came just before COVID. And they told me, hey, we love Maui so much. We're going to miss the beer, the brats, the cheese, but we figured we can make those things on Maui, but we can't bring the ocean to Wisconsin. So here we are.
Well said.
Started the business, perfect timing with COVID, cleaning, disinfection, all that kind of stuff. I seen they just bought like a $1.6 million house. So a little bit different than Wisconsin. That money would go a long ways in Wisconsin. But yeah, just the cost of things. And that's not like an outrageous cost. That's normal for clean outs.
Maui's very interesting in that Maui is made up by wealth that is brought in from the outside. But a lot of the people that are successful on Maui are what I'm hearing happening right now, where it's like AI is taking a lot of technology jobs, but most people feel strongly that it's not going to take a lot of the blue collar electrician, the plumbers, those types of jobs. And those are the successful local people on this island. Can we agree? I mean, Truex Excavation, that guy has barely any competition whatsoever. He made a grip of money off of doing the whole Whalers Village thing. And then the fire happened, and he's a really cool person in terms of stepping up for the community, but he prints money for himself. And he's just a hardworking young dude. He surfs well, and that is what Maui is made up of, is construction dudes and plumbers, because we charge a grip because there's only a few of us there, right? So what are you going to do? Yeah, go ahead. Try to nickel and dime me. You'll come back.
On another deal, termite inspection, a lot of times on houses, we need some sort of treatment, sometimes tenting. Now, I'm trying to schedule a tenting on a deal where they set up the little carnival and put up the tent around it. We're 4 months out on scheduling termite tenting right now.
And it's actually a business that has some competition, right? We've got Mid-Pacific, who we tend to use a lot. Bowman's super cool as well, and that's a really cool family. They're both family-owned businesses, right? Got some Terminex.
There's a couple others as well.
Mm-hmm.
But we're 4 months out.
Vanity. How are you going to close that deal? That's an escrow holdback, huh?
Yeah, but it's going to be complicated. So things to consider in this process. There's a lot of moving parts in looking at real estate. We bring you the insight, the clues. The idea of the deal of the week is to expose you to different opportunities around the island. This is a path 2 property, second home, easily. Could be path 1 as well, relocation. It's definitely not a path 3. Where you can rent it out. A lot of really great residential options. This is one of the best in Central.
What I like about this one too is that it is, I mean, so I'm going to say it. I mean, easily I feel that I end up at $899, right? Even with a loan, it's going to be sub 900.
Maybe $875.
Yeah. And it's a nice alternative to the homes that are going to cost you anywhere between 1.3, right? Nowadays with, one of the typical Anuhea homes, et cetera. And then your other alternative is to have one connecting wall where you're at Kaimana. It's a duplex situation. And those are all a little bit higher than these here. So Kehalani is well thought out in terms of providing entry level or more empty nest kind of, going smaller in scale, just all types of different living situations. It was well done. Tip my hat to them.
Little insight, Johnny. They're all in on this property for $689. There's some room there with commissions and closing costs, conveyance tax. Maybe move that down a little bit further after almost 300 days on market. I would imagine they're getting motivated. I'm seeing those emails more and more every day. Sellers willing to do this. They're going to buy you a taco truck. They're going to send you on a pizza adventure. All kinds of pitches to get you to buy property right now. We're going to incentivize your agent. We're going to rub your toes. You name it. We've seen it. It's out there. People are desperate.
250 days as a listing agent, you should be worried that you're going to lose this listing here, right? Because it's your job to bring the truth to your seller. It's their job to decide what they're going to do with said truth, but you're the one
And
that's
they've
supposed to be
explored
filling the
renting it
ears.
as well, I see in the back end. So $4,600 a month to rent it long term. For whatever reason, they either haven't found a tenant or they're not quite interested in renting it, which makes it even more of a deal. They've sat on it for a while. They've come down in price. They got room. Just a few of the things we look for. And everybody else is at $1.1 million for a 2-bedroom. So
There it
there's that
is.
too.
Always that one that's doing something different. That's what we look for.
Cue the music, Johnny.
That's it. One of these kids is doing his own thing.
That's it every week, every Thursday, a deal of the week, something different, a different path, a different opportunity, different neighborhood, different property. There you have it. Deal of the week. Maui Hot List Suna Houlihan. Tune in 3 days a week, Monday, Wednesday, or Friday. If you want to take a further look at this one, book some time on our calendar, schedule a tour. Who we hope